Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hi, and welcome to J is for Justice. My name is Jay, and I am your host. Today, I'm going to be going over the who's who in the Summer Wells case. If you are not familiar with everybody who has been involved since little Summer went missing, I'm going to catch you up on a few of the players in the case. And first and foremost, we have the missing 5-year-old Summer Moon Utah Wells. The 5-year-old from Rogersville, Tennessee, was reported missing on the evening of Tuesday, June 15th, when she disappeared from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. Summer is 3 feet tall, with blonde hair cut short and blue eyes. Her parents say she loved to play princess, but is very much a tomboy who keeps her brothers in line. Her mother described Summer as, quote-unquote, the boss of the family. The 5-year-old was reported to be barefoot and wearing a pink shirt and gray shorts before she went missing. Next up is Donald Wells, Summer's father. Donald Wells has stated that he was at work on the afternoon of June 15th. He first spoke with reporters on June 18th, sharing what his wife, Candace Bly, told him their daughter was doing before her disappearance. Wells said she was planting flowers with her mother and her grandmother and wanted to go into the house. So my wife watched her go into the door and she went into the house. And the boys were on the internet, of course. And she wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys. So when her mother came in, she says, "Summer." And she went down in the basement and she didn't answer. So she went down there and she was gone. Donald believes that his daughter was kidnapped. Some bad person grabbed her, he said, but we have no idea. The FBI and the police have covered every single place, everything that anyone can think of. They've covered. He also reiterated that in a June 28th interview and said, quote unquote, "I knew right away that she was abducted." In October of 2020, Wells' wife Candace filed a protective order against him, stating in court documents that she was, quote, "afraid for my children and myself," end quote. An arrest warrant obtained by the local news station states that a Hawkins County deputy responded to the Wells home October 14th of 2020, where Donald Wells lived with his wife Candace and 4 children, including Summer, for the report of a domestic assault. He was arrested and booked into Hawkins County Jail on multiple charges, including domestic assault, possession of a handgun while under the influence, and unlawful possession of a weapon. The Hawkins County Circuit Court Clerk's Office confirmed Wells pled guilty to the charge of possession of a handgun while under the influence, but added the domestic assault and unlawful possession of a weapon. Those charges were dropped in April of 2021. Wells' previous charges date back to 1990. In addition to Tennessee, Donald Wells has faced previous charges in Utah and Arkansas. In Arkansas, Don was charged with possession of controlled counterfeit substances without a prescription and burglary between 2006 and 2007. Wells also faced multiple charges in Utah from 1990 to 2001. He was charged with attempted aggravated assault, interfering with a public servant, forgery, burglary of a dwelling, and theft. When Donald was asked if he would like to comment on his criminal history, Don said, quote, "It's in the past and we'll leave it there," end quote. Candace Bly, Summer Wells' mother. The first time that we heard from Candace after Summer's disappearance on June 15th was on June 28th. Candace spoke about her daughter's disappearance for the first time on camera nearly 2 weeks after Summer was reported missing. Candace reported that she was planting flowers with Summer before she disappeared. And here is a quote from Candace. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands, and Summer got a piece of candy from Grandma. Summer wanted to go back over and see her brothers, and I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walking into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. Candace said that she asked the boys to watch their sister and that she would be right back. Candace goes on to state, within 2 minutes, I came back, and I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. Summer's mother says that she yelled downstairs for the 5-year-old a few times, but never heard back from her. Candace said that was unusual for Summer. So she went down to check and says, quote, she was nowhere in sight. Candace said she is certain that Summer did not walk away from her home, saying, quote, I feel in my heart that somebody has come up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Candace said she's scared that somebody is hurting her daughter. Candace's account of the day that Summer went missing was that she, her mother, and a family friend went swimming on June 15th. She posted a video of Summer swimming to her TikTok page that day. Candace said they were swimming along with a family friend for about 20 minutes while waiting to pick up a prescription for her mother. Candace also added that they returned home in the afternoon, but she was not certain how many hours had passed from the time they returned home and when Summer disappeared. Candace says, I really can't tell you all the time details because time gets away from you when you're trying to enjoy yourself. Donald Wells told WJHL, the local news, on Tuesday, June 22nd, that Candace had passed a lie detector test after talking with the district attorney. Candace Harrer, Summer's grandmother, affectionately known as Grandis. Harrer stays in a camper on the property. According to Candace, Summer's grandmother was also planting flowers with them on the day that Summer went missing. In a written statement released on June the 25th, Harrer commented on the night of Summer's disappearance. And Grandis said, quote, bring my grandbaby home. She is a lovely baby, and we're so thankful for everyone looking for her. We yelled and looked for her as much as we could. She's just gone. It's devastating, end quote. Leslie Earhart, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Leslie is the TBI's public information officer. She has stated during media briefings that the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear. During a June 24th briefing, Leslie said that they, quote, couldn't discuss everything in the case. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we can't discuss everything we are doing and have done to find Summer. The incident commander of ground search in the Summer Wells case is Churchill Rescue Squad Captain Tim Coop. In a June 27th release, Coop stated crews are scaling back search operations. Coop said the efforts would continue on a more specialized team basis as needed and directed from local, state, and federal agencies. Ronnie Lawson, Hawkins County Sheriff. The Hawkins County Sheriff has addressed the emotional, mental, and physical toll the search had been taking on the crews. He said, and I quote, we won't stop until we find Summer Wells. During the same briefing, he stressed reaching out to officials with important information rather than relying on social media. He said, I know there's a lot of social media posts going on out there, but they are absolutely useless unless these people that are 100% positive call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That means nothing. Though operations have been scaled back, Lawson said Hawkins County detectives and agents of the TBI are continuing to check every possible lead. David Dotson, church family friend. David attends church with the Wells family, and he was called to their home the night Summer went missing. He said, and I quote, "The family, they need that support. A lot of negativity has been said, and it affects the mother, the father, and the children, and we just want to focus on getting Summer back. That's the main thing," end quote. He also said that from speaking with Candace and Don and the boys, that obviously they just want Summer back and just want her safe and returned back. And they asked that he just keep on praying. David also took the three boys to the putt-putt golf course just to give them what he said was a peaceful day away from the search and rescue teams going on their property. He also described a nightly ritual that he does as he prays for Summer's safe return. He said, "I sit out at night as the sun sets, and I play a song for Summer." Timmy Etherton, prayer circle organizer. He has organized the weekly prayer circles that members of the family have attended, as well as members of the community. He said, quote, "God put this on my heart to bring the community together and pray as a team. I know people on Facebook have been praying too, but I just don't feel that's enough. I also want to pray for her family as well. Just pray for Candace and the boys and Donald because they need it too, just as Summer does." Etherton also said, "We should all come together because it says in the Bible in Matthew 18:20, Jesus said himself, 'Where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, there he is also.'" Rosemarie Bly, Candace Bly's missing sister. Candace Bly's sister, Rosemarie Bly, has been missing since 2009. But investigators said early on there was no evidence that indicates the two cases are connected. According to the FBI, Rosemarie was last seen leaving her residence in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin, on August 21st, 2009. 5 days later, her vehicle was found in a tractor-trailer parking lot 30 miles from her home. Candace says that she was between Arkansas and Tennessee at the time of her sister's disappearance. Candace says, "I don't know all of what happened or what did happen, but I hope they find her too and bring her home safely too." Donald Wells also gave a statement regarding his sister-in-law's missing person case. "She disappeared without a trace," he said. "They haven't found anything. They haven't found a body, nothing. When you see cases like that, that's why I lose hope in Summer, you know. I want to keep hope, but sometimes I just lose hope, and I think, well, maybe we'll never see her again." Potential witness. Investigators are still looking for the driver of a red or maroon Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack that was seen in the area around the time Summer disappeared. The TBI stresses that the driver is a potential witness, not a suspect. The TBI released a statement. The pickup is possibly. Candace Bly spoke about the search for the truck at the end of June. She said, "I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. If you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen." While Summer's parents believe that she was abducted, the TBI maintains the circumstances surrounding Summer's disappearance remain unclear, and investigators have not ruled out foul play. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office at 423-272-7121 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. I want to thank everyone for watching today and keeping the focus on 5-year-old Summer Wells. We will continue to cover this case until Summer is brought home. Everybody stay safe out there.